this semester. This is the first time we engaged in that particular activity. I think it's been a tremendous success. We've had great feedback, and I want to thank Marty for all of her work on that. Let's give her a hand. What do you say? All right, Tim, hit it.
Roll in case God doesn't show. And I'm on these words to make things right, but it's the wrongs that make the words come to life. Who does he think he is? If that's the worst you got, better put your fingers back to the key. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so bad. It tastes like you.
As I said, this is our final meeting of the semester, and I want to give you a little rundown on today's program. We're going to have a segment called First Year Students in Action. We will have some student success updates. We're going to do a spotlight on an opportunity, which is our travel study program. We give you so much information throughout the semester. This is one of the programs that we didn't give you a whole lot of information about, because we wanted you to get your feet on the ground through the semester. And this is a great opportunity now to talk about travel and what that means to you, your success in your career at the University of Tennessee at Martin. And we're also going to spotlight on community service. There are a few thank yous. Dr. George Daniel, the director of the Student Success Center, co-director of the First Year Initiative program. He could not be here today. He's on an accreditation visit, but I want to thank him for his hard work and efforts with the First Year Initiative. We have 6 college leaders that I'd like to thank for their hard work. Faculty mentors, what can we say? Thank you so much for what you've done this semester. Let's give them a hand. And also, we want to thank our PEP leaders. Let's give them. Thank you, PEP leaders, for modeling the way. As we stated, at this point in time, you've obtained a wealth of knowledge about the University of Tennessee at Martin and how that's going to contribute to your success. Those of us who are involved in the First Year Initiative have been working hard to ensure that at least you have knowledge of the minimum amount of things that you need to know to create your success at the University of Tennessee at Martin. First and foremost, this is your campus. This is our campus. We are dependent upon one another to achieve our success, and in the same breath, we are responsible for our own success and then the success of the institution. First and foremost, you are responsible. And I hope that theme has been throughout the semester as you've gone through the First Year Initiative. What else should you know from being in the First Year Initiative? You should know that you are in a special environment where teaching and learning and community service thrive. You should know that you are in a special environment where honesty, character, respect, integrity are the values held high. You should know that you are in a special environment where opportunities abound. All you have to do is choose one and go after it. You should know that you have a friend in your faculty mentor. You should know that you have a friend and a mentor in your PEP leader. You should know that you have a friend in your residence hall director and in your RAs. You should know the value of getting to know your professors and grasping their expectations. You should know the value of making friends, of establishing a network of good people who can assist you on your success journey. You should know what it means to be your brother's keeper, to be your sister's keeper. You should know the value of going to class, sitting in the T-zone, and knowing what it takes to prepare for class, for labs, and for examinations. You should have a clear understanding of how to maintain your lottery scholarship. You should know how to access campus information and services electronically. You should know how to access academic services, the services offered in the Student Success Center, math lab, writing lab, how to obtain a tutor, career counseling. And you should know that if you are in need of these things, then you need to go after them and get them to ensure your success. You should know how to use the library, and you should know that there are good people in our library who can help you. You should know of the various student services, financial aid, student employment, the wonderful programs in campus recreation, and our magnificent student recreation center. You should know of the services in student health and counseling. You should know of all the wonderful things that they do in Sodexo dining services. You should know of the many facets of student life, SGA, the Student Activities Council, and being involved in student organization. You should know how to manage your time, your class schedule, your study schedule, your leisure schedule, your work schedule, your service schedule. You should know where to park. You should know how to keep yourself safe, fit, and well, and you should know who to contact when things don't appear to be so safe. At this time, you should have a plan for success that leads your way to graduation, and there should be nothing, absolutely nothing, that keeps you from achieving it. Now, it is my sincere hope that these are the things that you have come away with. These are the things that you should know through your first year experience program. With that said, we're going to move right into the program. First up, first year students in action. There's so many of you that are doing so many good things. I wish we could have every one of you come down here and give testimony to the things that you're involved in here at the university. We have chosen 2 students out of the Leaders in Residence program to come and tell you a little bit about how they've been involved and what they're doing to make a difference here at the University of Tennessee at Martin. They are Miss Amber Futrell and Mr. Eric Staggs. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Hi everyone, as Dr. Blood just said, I am Amber Futrell and I'm a Leaders in Residence student. The first day we walked into our Leaders in Residence class, Dr. Blood had us all read off of a piece of paper something that took a profound effect on me, and I still believe that the rest of the class feels the same way. This quote is, "Leadership is the art of mobilizing others to want to struggle for shared aspirations." As a part of this class, we are challenged to look at our surroundings, including activities and people on campus, as well as ourselves for ways to improve the standards and conditions that UT Martin students have. To try and put ourselves in a leadership ability to the test and how to get others to join our cause. Throughout the semester, we focused on 5 aspects as a part of our LIR experience. Model the way, inspire a shared vision, challenge the process, enable others to act, and encourage the heart. In order to put these aspects into practice, the Leaders in Residence students participated in the Rotaract Can Sculpture Contest. This took a lot of hard work, motivation, and planning. We had a lot of work to do, and we worked together, and we learned from our mistakes in order to achieve our common goal. Our goal was to collect as many cans as possible for the We Care Ministries, and of course to have fun while doing so. In the end, we collected over 750 cans for the We Care Ministry, which is a great accomplishment in itself. But to truly put the cherry on top of an already great project, we also ended our day with the first place winning organizations, as well as a Best in Show. Through the can construction project, as well as the entirety of the Leaders in Residence program, I can now see the importance of serving the community as well as being the best leader that I can be by following the 5 aspects: modeling, inspiring, challenging, enabling, and encouraging. In order to make UTM the best place to live and receive your education, I would like everyone to take an oath with me. So, if everyone would please raise your right hand. I state your name. Will invest myself and take the initiative to get involved in our community of the University of Tennessee at Martin and make a difference for the betterment of the student body. You can put your hands down. I hope that you all will take this oath and run with it. I promise you will not regret getting involved. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Eric Staggs, and like Amber, I'm also part of the Leaders in Residence program. Mr. Below asked me to talk to you a little about how I was affected by my experience with the Vanguard Theater and the Lady Audley's Secret play that was this past week. A little background about me. I came from a small school that didn't have a lot of emphasis on theater. However, I became interested in it when I was cast as a lead role for my senior play. I enjoyed being on stage, but I had no way to really get involved with theater. Which brings us to 2 months ago. I heard the auditions were open to anyone who wanted to try out. Well, I wanted to try out, but the funny thing is, when I'm not on stage, I'm very quiet and reserved. I was hesitant to audition, especially for a musical, so I just forgot about it. Well, all things happen for a reason, right? One day after tryouts were over, my acting teacher stopped me and she said, "They need some more males for the play. If you're interested, go talk to Ken, who directed the play." I did, and he allowed me to have a role. Little did I know that even the small roles would be so important. I was at practices 3 hours every day, except for Saturday, 6 to 9 every night, 4 to 7 on Sundays. It was so hard to get adjusted to this schedule, and I hated having to turn down my friends so I could study or just go to the play practices. I was so busy and stressed, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. What helped me keep going, you might ask? Well, other than my love for theater, I remember what I learned in my Leaders in Residence class. I challenged the process. I stepped out of my comfort zone, and I did something even though it made me change my daily routines. I listened to everyone's words of encouragement. When people saw something we were doing, or when I would talk to someone and they would say, "Oh, that sounds cool," or just a little good luck, it would make me want to keep going. At first, everyone involved with the play was kind of uncomfortable with the style of it. It was a melodramatic play, so it was very overacted and very kind of cheesy. But once Ken, our director, inspired us to see the potential of this play, we got excited and started working hard and made it fun. Ken also enabled us to do our own thing and make the play our own, which really made it unique and exciting. And finally, here I am trying to model the way for you guys. Everyone in this building should get involved on campus in some way. You should all find something you enjoy and get active. Believe me, there are plenty of ways to get involved on campus, and what better way to get active than to do something you enjoy. Thank you.
Joseph Cook to come to the stage. Dr. Bird is one of our college leaders and a faculty mentor, professor in textile, clothing, and fashion merchandising. Joseph is a PEP leader in the engineering program, and Dr. Bird is going to talk about spring registration and a few other things, and Joseph is going to talk about how to prepare for a comprehensive final exam.
Well, we're nearing the end of the semester. Okay, let me say that again. We're nearing the end of the semester. not just students. It's been a wonderful semester. I always like the fall time because I love freshmen and I like to work with you and see you be successful. But it's very important as we go through the next few weeks that you keep your studying up. And I know you've heard this, but take it to heart. Use your planner. Write down when your tests are, your projects are due. Allow for study time. Make sure that you saw your midterm grades. Are they reflective of what you want to have? Did you set a goal to increase that grade? You've got to follow through with that. So make sure that you do that. Now, everybody should be ready to register. Most of you will register for spring semester on Friday. There's a few of you that might do that tomorrow. And it's very important that you carry through that process as quickly as possible when you're eligible to do that. A couple of things, and I know you have heard this before, but I've heard someplace that you have to hear something in 5 or 6 different ways by 5 or 6 different people before you remember it. So make sure that all of your holds are removed. Now, anybody think back, okay, you got any parking tickets? If you dropped a class and you had to pay that fee, all of those have to be removed. I'm sure everybody's seen an advisor or their faculty mentor, but all of those different things. Some of you may still have an address verification. All you have to do is go online and click that and go through that process. Make sure that's done before 8 a.m. on Friday morning. Now, everybody has their list of CRN numbers, that 5-digit number. You're going to punch into the computer Friday morning. And then if some of those classes are closed, you're going to look for others that are open in that section. I would advise you to back up a step, and on Thursday evening, if you're registering on Friday, look on your banner. See if the classes, the CRN numbers that you've written down, if those classes are still open. If they're not, look and find another one that is, so that can quicken the process. If you look around this room, 99% of you are going to be online Friday morning at 8 o'clock. It's going to be slow. You need to be persistent. But don't just say, I give up, I won't do it. Now, if you don't get some classes, you need to immediately, as soon as possible, see your faculty advisor or your faculty mentor, whoever's been helping you with that process. Don't leave Friday evening, Friday afternoon. Don't go back to your dorm and just shut it out until Monday or Tuesday. The later you wait to register, the less likely you're going to get the classes you need. And I know you've heard that before, but take it to heart. Now, after you've registered, there's another final step that you have to do. And if you're not aware of this, talk to your faculty mentor or your PEP leader. By January the 13th, you need to pay your fees and confirm your enrollment. So make sure that you do that. You did that before fall semester. I want you to be successful, and the first step of that is to register, study hard, make good grades this semester, and be back spring semester to start all over again. Good to talk to you.
One quick note of clarification before I get started. My name is Joe, however, I'm a chemistry major. A bit of a shout out to Pep 33. Yeah. So today I'm going to be talking about something that's looming ahead in most of our futures this semester, and that is a comprehensive final exam. Some of you out there may have felt like I did as a freshman about a comprehensive final, which would be afraid, intimidated, if you want to go run and hide in the corner and cry or something like that. But something I've come to learn here at UTM is that a comprehensive final is nothing to be afraid of. In fact, if you properly prepare for it, you can actually use it as a tool to boost your grade. That being said, many of you may be asking, well, what is the best way to study for a comprehensive final? And that's where I've come in. I've compiled a short, brief list of some tips and strategies you can use on your comprehensive final. So the first tip, you may want to write these down, is number 1, study for a comprehensive final starts on the first day of class. Now this tip may be a little too late for some of us, but keep it in your noggin for down the road, I guess. It's important to take good condensed notes so that it's important to take good condensed notes that are neat and legible. This makes it so much easier 3 months down the road when you have no idea what you did the first week. And you can look back and refresh memory what's going on. And also, don't take anything for granted. Write everything down. Although you may think, I'll never forget that. You just never know. So make sure to take good, legible notes. Tip number 2, when reviewing your notes, start from the most recent notes and work your way back from there. This will allow your mind is freshest with the most recent notes, and it will prevent you from getting bogged down in the old notes. This strategy has proved very effective in my own studying. I use it just about every test I do, and it works really good on comprehensive finals. The third tip is to review tests, quizzes, and homework assignments. Test quizzes and homework assignments are great places to look for practice questions that are going to be on exams. And a little like letting the cat out of the bag here, some professors, not all professors, may even copy and paste the same answers. So it helps to look at old tests and quizzes. You may be seeing the same material. You will be seeing the same material. There's also only so many ways a professor can ask a question. All right, and the final tip number 4, explain the course material to a classmate or a close friend. Explaining material helps solidify concepts in your mind, as well as making it very obvious the concepts that you need a little bit more work on. And I say a close friend because you may lose some acquaintances if you're trying to explain chemistry 122 to somebody in like 10 minutes. So. All right, real quick reminder, exam times and dates can be found on the UTM website, the main page on the left-hand side, one of the scroll-down boxes. And remember, if you could just take one thing from this, remember there is no need to fear a comprehensive final, but instead embrace it and use it to better your grade. And who knows, you might even learn something.
Very quickly, we have a gentleman here that's going to talk just a little bit about our G1 program.
Hi guys, some of you may know me, some of you don't. My name is Justin Cochran. I'm a senior here at UTM, PEP leader, marketing major. The G1 program, by show of hands, how many here are first generation college students? I know there's more than that because there's over 500 of you, so try again. Okay, thank you. This program is specifically designed for y'all. We have study skill workshops, advising, counseling, basically anything you could need as far as adjusting to the college life for a first generation student. We are here for you. We are on Facebook. Just look up G1 University of Tennessee Martin. We're right there. We have our first new members social and mixer December the 1st, 12 o'clock, right here, just like this meeting. Need all the first generation to come out. That will also be a can drive for our organization that we'll be doing for We Care. All freshmen are invited to bring cans, help out with the drive on that. And then as a little incentive for y'all to join our group on Facebook, if I can get 500 of the first generation students to join this group by the end of the day at our meeting on December 1st, I will shave my head. Thank you.
Looking forward to that. Okay, we're going to spotlight on opportunities. As I said earlier, we didn't tell you about the travel study program initially, and today is the day. And I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Malcolm Cook. He's the Executive Director for our Center of International Education. Dr. Cook, come on up.
How you doing? The travel study opportunities that you have available at UT Martin are truly remarkable. We're called travel study because you get to go on a trip and get academic credit. Most of you should by now know where Gooch is, where Gooch Hall is, if you don't have a class in there. Our office of the Center for International Education is in Gooch 124. When you walk down the hallway, on the way to that office, you'll see lots of posters, advertising, promoting our various programs. I have two special people to introduce to you first. Lori Jackson is our travel study coordinator, working with our travel study programs. A key person in all of our programs. We want you to recognize her face. On this side is Mike Sudson. We're very, very fortunate here at UT Martin. We have our own full-time professional travel agent. And he does a great job in helping put these programs together and make them affordable. Now, the person you really want to hear from is Destiny Leaks, UTM student, who will talk to you briefly about how she benefited from participation in our travel study programs. Destiny.
My name is Destiny Leaks, and I'm a travel study ambassador for the Department of Global Studies. And one thing I wanted to start off with is you do not have to be rich to attend a travel study program or a study abroad program, because my parents did not have it. And thanks to these guys, I got to go for free. One of my trips I took was a study abroad trip to Guanajuato, and the second one was a travel study to Saltillo, and both of those are in Mexico. And I got the USDA grant from Dr. Joey Milhorn, and the trip for me, it was very, very beneficial. Like the homestays, I got meals every day, 3 times a day. I got laundry done every week. And as far as the education goes, I study at the Universidad de Guanajuato, and that's the University of Guanajuato. And I learned so much, and it just has helped me to catapult in this arena as far as getting a job. I've gotten an internship with Dr. Cook with the Department of Commerce, the U.S. Department of Commerce to be exact. And I just think, travel study and study abroad opportunities just help us to open our minds up to other cultures beside our own. And it helps us to appreciate other cultures and know that the United States is not the only one in the world, and know that English is not the best language in the world. And it helped me to become more fluent in Spanish, and now I'm a SI for Spanish as well as a tutor for Spanish. So I just want to leave you with that, just think about it, really think about it, and don't think about money, but think about these people that are behind me, because they really helped me. So that's all.
Thank you, Destiny, and folks from Travel Study. There are flyers for travel study that will be located on the tables as you exit the facility as we conclude our program today. So there is some information out in the concourse area of the Elam Center. We're going to move quickly into our spotlight on community service. I'd like to introduce Dr. Mike McCullough, Ms. Jessica Bukovich, and Ms. Kristen McKnight, and Dr. David Macbeth. They're going to come to the stage and talk about various community service opportunities.
All right. It's good to see you again. I talked to most of you during the first weekend, and I want to talk to you again about some of the successes of the things that I talked about that day. Pardon me. I mentioned that day that there would be a Habitat for Humanity class, but that did happen. How many of you are in that class? Anybody? No? So there were 58 people who signed up once the email went out. By the way, I'm the one that is sending all those emails out to you, so I apologize for if that's annoying to you. But we have some things that I want to say very quickly, and then we're going to turn it to Jessica, who's going to talk more about some specific things about what you've done this semester. But we have a group called Service, which you can become a member of, which is it's a student organization that serves the Institute for Civic Engagement. The other thing I want to mention is that we have a leadership minor. If you're interested in minoring in leadership, see me about that. Pardon me. And we also have the opportunity for you to be involved in service in many other ways, so you can see me about that as well. I want to introduce you to Jessica Bukovich. She's the program coordinator for the Institute for Civic Engagement, and I would submit that she's probably the most organized and clear-thinking person on this campus. So give her a hand as she comes to you.
what the Institute for Civic Engagement is here for. We are here to help any student find ways to get involved on campus and in the community. We coordinate programs in leadership, service learning, civic engagement, and community service. So if you're interested in those things or getting involved in any way, we can serve as a department to help you find ways to get involved. And a lot of people have spoken today about getting involved. We want you to do that. ICE actually developed over 1,500 community service opportunities just this semester for UT Martin students. And I want to let you know the two easiest ways to stay informed on what ICE has to offer. Log in to OrgSync if you haven't already. Join ICE. This is where you can see those 1,500 opportunities for students to do community service. And if you don't like any of those, you can call us and we will help develop something just for you. We will find some community service for you to do. Also, the organization that he mentioned is also on OrgSync. Serve ICE if you want to get involved in the program that ICE has to offer you. Please join OrgSync and we do updates on there for you to see what opportunities we have available to you. At this time, I'd like to ask all students that did community service this semester to stand. All students that did any community service this semester, please stand up. Remain standing for just a moment. At this point in the semester, you students have done well over 600 hours of community service in this community. You have serviced over 18 community agencies with that service.
Hi everyone, my name is Kirsten McKnight and I am a junior here at UT Martin biology major. I am here to speak to you today on behalf of Rotaract. Rotaract is a community service organization and we are sponsored by the Martin Rotary Foundation. Basically what we do is we just perform community service to meet the needs of our evolving community and world. On behalf of Rotaract, I'd like to thank you freshmen for participating in all of our events and festivities. Together we were able to collect over 6,500 cans to donate to the We Care Ministries. Also, we sent over 100 shoe boxes filled with toys, educational materials, and hygiene items to children in third world countries. So, thank you.
Just like class, I started talking to students leave. So I'm here to talk to you briefly about empty bowls. This is a bowl made for empty bowls. Empty Bowls project is, well, let me just back up. Empty Bowls project started in Michigan in 1990. A high school art teacher challenged some students to do a community service project. The students in the art class made some ceramic bowls and they gathered them all on a Saturday afternoon at the high school cafeteria. The school teachers and parents came and had soup and paid, I think at that time it was a $5 donation for the empty bowl. And the donations from the funds raised from that event went directly to hunger relief in that community. And that's at the core of what Empty Bowls is about. Empty Bowls is about potters, about artists, making ceramic bowls, raising them through some sort of soup meal or like-minded food eating program. And it's become, it grew out of that high school art project in a small town in Michigan to an international program to raise funds for hunger relief. And we've heard throughout this hour-long program all of the different examples of collecting cans for We Care, and cans from this for We Care, cans from that for We Care, and that's all just tremendous. This is yet one more event here in Martin that supports hunger relief right here in Weakley County. The international goals of the Empty Bowls project are to raise as much money as possible to feed the world's hungry people, to increase awareness of hunger and hunger-related issues, and to advocate for arts education as well. Locally, this is the 7th year for Empty Bowls here in Martin. It started as a small idea. I approached the local pastor, what if I make 50 bowls, bring them to church? The folks at our church pay $10 for the bowls and we make a donation to We Care. That pastor said, why 50 bowls and why just our church? Why not the whole community? And so it grew into that quickly. In the last 6 years, we've raised over $20,000 locally for We Care, and This year in particular, in the past I've involved some students. This year in particular, I've involved a handful of my advanced ceramic students as a core part of the project. We strive to make 500 bowls. We sat down on a Sunday afternoon, and 6 or 7 of us made 150 that afternoon. We have already raised over $500 for this year's event. The event officially kicks off tomorrow night at 5 p.m. at the Interfaith Center. I'd love to invite all of you for a free soup dinner, but I don't know if there's going to be that much soup there. But if you're interested in supporting Empty Bowls Project, I'd love to talk to you more about it, to see you. There's a big ad, I hope, in today's Spacer. If you are available tomorrow evening at 5 or 5:30, come by the Interfaith Center. It's a $10 donation for a bowl, and the bowl, for that donation, 100% of the proceeds goes to Empty Bowls. One of the PEP groups, one of the first-year initiatives, whatever they're called now, came to the ceramic studio and glazed pots one day, and so particularly I hope to see some of you there to see the bowls you glazed. I think that's it. Empty bowls is an important thing because unfortunately there's a lot of hungry people in the world. So any way you can find to support Empty Bowls, we certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, folks. I really appreciate everyone that came and spoke to us today. In our last segment here on community service, I really appreciate these folks and what they do. You know, when you're standing here and you're telling about these things, it's very difficult to get into the heart of it. And that's what community service is. It's getting to the heart of things, whatever it might be. And that's our challenge, not only as UT Martin students, but as citizens of the world, and citizens that have a lot. It's our challenge to get into the heart of things in regard to our community service. With that said, I hope you've had a magnificent first-year initiative experience. If I were to leave you with one word, that word is persist. Stick to the fight. Get it done. Stay with it. Graduate, because you need to. Not only do you need to, our community needs you to, our state needs you to, our country needs you to graduate, to obtain all that knowledge, and then to use it in our communities. So you will do well. Persist on. We'll see you around campus.